Hey everyone, Claire Flores, Presidential Diamond. I'm really excited to do this training today because I feel like this is a really important topic and one that we haven't been covering enough recently. So today I want to talk to you guys about charting. You know, we've been talking so much about social media marketing and building your brand and things like that I think we've gotten away from some of these core teachings that are so valuable and important to our business. Charting is the way that you promote in this company. It's the way that you set yourself up for success. And if you have income goals or rank goals, the only way you're going to hit those is by charting and charting correctly. So today we're going to go over a few charting basics. This is going to be a very basic training. We're going to talk about charting up to the rank of diamond. And if you're needing to chart beyond that, definitely connect with your next Diamond and Above sponsor. So if you are brand new to the company, then charts might be something that's unfamiliar to you. Charting is basically a way that we organize our downline. And when you enroll a new team member, you are going to have the opportunity to, within the first 24 hours, place them within your downline in the place that makes the most sense for you, for them, and for your team. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the very first chart, and this is for our first promotion within It Works. So if you look at our monthly income chart, you'll see all of the ranks listed from executive all the way up to ambassador diamond. And these are all achieved by charting out your team. So when you look at your first chart, this is an executive chart. So this is the very first chart that we have within our business. So these are not loyal customers. These are distributors that you're going to place within these boxes. And I know that some of this information seems really basic right now, but I want this video to be beneficial to you, whether you've been in this business for 5 minutes, 5 months, or 5 years. So as far as the executive chart, these are distributors, and this is how you're going to hit your very first promotion, which is executive, which is an average of about $300 a month. So $200 to $300 a month. So when you get started as a distributor with It Works Global, your first goal is always to get your first 4 loyal customers. And then after that, you're going to want to start signing business partners. And we have lots of training videos on how to sign business partners, so feel free to look those up once you're done watching this video. So these are business partners. So you sign up for this business, and then you share it with 2 of your friends, okay? So let's say that when you start the business, you share this opportunity with your friend Monica and your friend Dylan. And you go ahead and you get them enrolled with the Business Builder Kit in your eSuite. And so now you are what we would call charted for executive. And you have not promoted just because you've charted. The next step is to help Monica and Dylan each get 400 in group volume through their loyal customers. This is going to, as soon as they each hit 400, you will hit your promotion and you will show an eSuite as an executive. So once you've hit executive, you're going to move on to the rank of Ruby. And as you can see, Ruby has a few more boxes on it. It has 5 total boxes on a Ruby chart. So you already have Monica and Dylan on your team. Okay? So there's Monica and Dylan on your top line. But in order to go Ruby, you need 1 more distributor up here, and you need Monica to have 2 of her own, okay? So you're going to go ahead and you're going to sign your spouse in that 3rd box. And then let's say Monica signs her sister, Ashley. Now you're 1 away from being boxed for Ruby because Monica signed Ashley and you signed your spouse. Now for this last box, let's say that you enroll your cousin, Samantha. Well, we have the incredible opportunity here in our company to actually place under our team members. So even though you signed Samantha, and when you enroll Samantha, she'll be up here, you can actually go into your eSuite within the first 24 hours of enrolling Samantha, and you can move her and you can place her under Monica. So now you are fully charted for your Ruby promotion. Just like that. And again, just like with executive, you're not actually Ruby until each of those boxes have 400 in GB. So Monica will end up having 400 by these two getting to 400. So you don't really have to worry much about placing customers under Monica at this point. You need to place customers under Ashley, Samantha, Dylan, and your spouse in order to get each of them to 400 GB. And you can place under people the same way we talked about placing Samantha under Monica. You can place customers under any of these people in order to get them to 400 so that you can hit your promotion. So you're able to be fully in charge of your promotion, which is such an incredible opportunity that they give us here at It Works. So those are your two basic charts, just to explain to you the background of charting. But that is just the surface of what I want to go into today on this training. So now that you have a basic idea of what a chart looks like and how you're going to chart for promotion, let's talk about when to print what chart. So you just signed up with this company and you're excited and you're looking at that chart, and maybe the person who enrolled you asked how much money you want to make with this company. And you said, my goal is $2,000 a month. And they said, well, that's diamond. So you jump in and instantly you want to print out that diamond chart. And it's pretty big. I mean, especially when you compare it to the executive chart. There's a lot more boxes on that chart. But I don't want you to look at this just yet. Not until you're ready for it. The most important part about this business and what's going to keep you promoting fast and what's going to keep you getting to where you want to be is taking everything one step at a time. So the day you sign up, you should be printing out this executive chart and getting ready to fill it out. And signing 2 team members so that you can promote to your first promotion of executive. As soon as those 2 team members are in the eSuite, you're going to get them their customers and you're going to promote. Then you're going to move on to Ruby. You're going to fill this chart out. You're going to help them get their customers. Then you're going to promote. As soon as you have this chart filled out and most of the volume in place, you're going to move on and go ahead and print out your emerald chart. And that's what's going to come next. So you're going to be focusing on each step, because as you focus on each new step, each of the ranks are going to come so quickly and so easily without you getting overwhelmed. We wouldn't want you to be placing way up here for your diamond chart when you haven't even filled your ruby chart yet, if that makes sense. So make sure that you're printing your charts at the appropriate time and getting ready to fill them out at the appropriate time. So how you're going to fill a chart. Let's say that you have 3 new distributors signing and you're charting for the rank of Ruby and you don't know where to place everybody. So if you already have 1 person on your top line and you're signing 3 more and you know that you've got a lot of distributors coming in the door, you've hit your stride and you're enrolling people, you're going to want to be really strategic in the way that you're placing. So for example, a lot of people, and this is what I did, they'll sign their spouse to be their strongest leg if they're enrolling a lot. If you're not enrolling a lot, which is fine, there's all types in this business and anyone can be successful no matter how many people you enroll in an average month. If you enroll a lot, then I recommend having your spouse as your strong leg and building your spouse so that they can always be promoting with you so you can have the highest annual household income. However, if you're not a mass enroller, and like I said, that's okay, then focus on where your strengths are to get you to where you want to be the quickest. So maybe you're not a mass enroller, but your best friend Mackenzie is. Well, then you're going to want to put Mackenzie in the executive box so that she can help you fill the volume under the other 2. Because you see how I have it set up with Monica? So for example, let's say Monica was a mass enroller. You kept your spouse on your top line because you want to be able to pass him customers, but at the same time, you don't know if you're ready to fill 2 more distributor boxes under him at this point. So you're going to go ahead and put Monica in that executive box. She signed Ashley, so she already did half the work for you. You signed Samantha, but now you know Monica is going to be able to fill the customers underneath both of those people. And you're going to want to be in clear communication with Monica, letting her know that she's really important on your chart. She's someone that you need to be working with you closely. You need her to be running with you. So you're going to have her on what's called your top 10 list. These are the people that you are in interaction with constantly, making sure that you're pumping them up, getting them excited. You're encouraging them to do self-development. You're teaching them the things that you're learning. You're sharing ideas, and you're playing off of each other. So that's where you're going to have your strong person in that scenario. There's another scenario where you're a mass enroller and you're going to put your spouse over here, and then you're just going to fill this up and you're going to promote together all the way up. But remember that this is a team business and you're going to need your team to be working with you. So make sure that you're doing that. And then as far as once you have a chart filled, so let's just say that we're a little further along and you're charting for emerald or diamond. you have some really key people on your chart once you get to this point. An emerald is built on 2 rubies. So you should be in constant connection with those 2 rubies, making sure that they know what's going on their charts, making sure that they've charted themselves out for their promotions, that they're in contact with their executives, and that they're running with everybody on their chart. Now, once you have your chart laid out, this is something you're going to want to do specifically in a promotion month. If you feel like you're charted and you're ready to run and grab that promotion, it's really, really important that you are figuring out volumes for the month. Now, I thought about screen sharing for this portion, but I want to protect the privacy of everyone in my downline, so I'm not going to screen share and show you my e-speed, but I will walk you through step by step how to forecast the volume for a chart. This is really important when planning out a promotion. So if you're working towards Emerald, you have all of your boxes laid out and you're signing customers, but you don't know where to put that volume. You don't know who needs what and how you're going to get there. So you're going to go into your e-speed. You're going to go to eSuite and then Reports tab, and then you're going to click on Tree Viewer. And once you click on Tree Viewer, there's going to be an option at the top left to click Show Loyal Customers. This is going to show you all of the customers under every single person in your downline. And then you'll just go through one by one. So let's start with a 400 box just to be safe. So you'll go to a 400 box. Let's pull up the Ruby chart since I already have names on it. Let's pull up Ashley. So you're going to pull up Ashley in your e-suite. She's going to be nestled under Monica. So you'll click Monica's name with the drop-down menu. It'll show you all of Monica's customers, and then you'll click Ashley's drop-down, and you'll see all of her loyal customers. So you're going to want to click Ashley's name first and pull out your calculator. Click on Ashley's name first and see if she has an auto shipment set to run. And if she does, you're going to want to look at the volume of the auto shipment she has set to run and enter it into your calculator. Now, this is for the whole month. It doesn't matter if it's run already this month or if it's still yet to run this month. We're just going to give the total for the entire month so that it's the easiest way to go through it. So you'll click on Ashley's name, and let's say that Ashley has an auto shipment set to run of 99 BB. So you're going to pull out your calculator, and you're going to do 99 plus, okay? And then you'll move down, and let's say that Ashley has 4 loyal customers, okay? And her first loyal customer has 39 BV set to run. So you're gonna add 39 plus, and then her next loyal customer has 100, so plus 100 plus, and then her third loyal customer has 30 plus, and then her fourth loyal customer has 98. So now you see that Ashley has a total of 366 BV set to run sometime within this month. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 366 and subtract it from 400. 34. So Ashley needs 34 more BV in order to become a qualified 400 box for your chart. So what I do is I write above everyone's name what they need. So let's say that Ashley needs 34 BV. Let's just say that Samantha needs 300, your spouse needs 11, Dylan needs 50, and Monica, you can put a check mark next to, because remember I said Monica doesn't need to be at 400 because once Ashley and Samantha are at 400, she'll naturally and organically be well over 400 so that she can promote to executive. So does that make sense? So then you would take out your calculator and you would see, so you need 11 plus 50 plus 300 plus 34. So you are 395 BV away from Ruby. Okay, so you need 395 more volume in order to hit Ruby. So what you're going to do is as you're signing customers throughout the month, you're going to figure out where to place the volume. So let's say, for example, let's say, and I'm going to mark these so that we remember. Let's say that Ashley is actively working. Let's say that Dylan is actively working. But Samantha's not working, Monica is working, and your spouse is obviously not working because that's up to you. okay? So these 3 that are circled are working, and these 2 are not working, okay? So your priority is going to be to fill the non-working distributors first, because you know that volume isn't going to come from them otherwise. So if you signed a 39, or what is that, 34? If you sign something that has like 39 BV and it's greater than Ashley, you know you could fill her up and make her a 400 bucks, I still wouldn't put it there, because you want Ashley to fill it. Ashley's working, and so you're going to be closely working with Ashley, and you're going to be messaging her, and you're going to be saying, girl, you're only 34 BV away from the 400 club. That's a huge milestone in our business. I'm so excited for you. And you're also going to be messaging Monica and saying, hey, Monica, you are 334 BV away from hitting executive. This is a huge promotion for you and your family. You're going to be making between $200 to $300 a month. I'm so excited for you. How, you know, what's going on with your potentials? Do you have some good potentials ready to sign? So you ideally want Monica to be filling this volume so that you can focus up here on Dylan and your spouse. You're going to want to fill your spouse first, because he is non-working. So your next loyal customer that you sign, you're going to want to place there so that you can get your spouse to 400, check him off, and move on. And then you're going to want to help Monica with Samantha, because Samantha is not working. So you're going to want to be talking to Monica and getting her to fill it. And then same thing with Dylan as you were with Ashley. You're going to be connecting with her and saying, hey Dylan, you know, where are you at? How are your potentials? You're only 50 BV away from the 400 club. So you're just in close communication with everybody. It's your responsibility to know where you're at with your chart, to know where you're at with your promotion. Even if you have an upline that's really involved, that comes to you frequently and says, hey girl, you're this far away from your promotion. You know, your upline is tracking it. Remember that your upline has multiple teams. Let's say your upline is a diamond or higher. They have all of these teams that they're looking at, all of this volume that they're looking at. So you, as someone who's working to go Ruby, or even someone that's working to go executive, you should be responsible for knowing where your volume's at on your chart, because this is your promotion and this is your pay raise. So get into Tree Viewer, learn how to use it, learn how to look at it so that you can consistently be aware of what's going on in your organization so that you can be hitting your numbers. And then as we figured out these numbers, these were all projected volumes. So let's say that you created this chart on the 2nd of the month, because it's, you know, February 2nd, and you want to be a Ruby by the end of February. Well, this is just projected volume, and credit cards could decline, or someone could switch the volume out in their auto shipment. You know, maybe someone who had a 100 and something BV auto shipment set dropped down to only getting a 30 BV item. So you want to be really, really aware, checking and rechecking throughout the month as you're placing your customers, updating this continually so that you're, again, aware of what's going on. You know where everything's going to end up, so you're not surprised on the 25th. You know what you still need. So I hope that this makes sense for you to be looking at and how to run volumes. Again, the place that you're going to go in order to find the volume is Tree Viewer, and then click Show Loyal Customers, and you're going to go down that way and add everything up and be aware of what's going to run. So that is just a really basic synopsis for you on charting. Let's just go over a couple of things for these higher charts, the Emerald and Diamond, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I just want this to be something to sort of raise your confidence with charting and get you more familiar with it. But if you have any goals for this year in your business, and any promotion goals and any income goals, you've got to get really good at charting. And you've got to familiarize yourself with the reports in eSuite. You can check every single day what loyal customers were signed by going to your downline activity tab. And if you're checking this every single day, you're going to want to click enrollment date and then click today. So that you can see what was enrolled each and every day. I do this nightly so that I'm aware of what's going on in my team and aware of what's going on in my chart and noticing what boxes have been filled. For example, let's say that you're charting for Emerald. This is a lot of boxes. Chances are you're not going to personally enroll every single one of these people. But let's use the same scenario. Let's say that this is still the same person charting, and now they're going for Emerald. So Monica was their executive, so they're definitely going to want to keep Monica in a Ruby box. And then now they want to use their spouse for the other Ruby. They've kind of got the hang of their business. They're confident that they can enroll enough to fill their spouse to Ruby, so they're going to place her there. We're going to put Ashley in the executive box because remember, she was working. We're going to put Samantha in a 400 box. Samantha enrolls customers once in a while, and she's worth keeping on the chart. And then we have still Dylan sitting on your top line as a $400, okay? So this is that same Ruby chart, and we've just taken it over to Emerald. Now let's say that you have gone Ruby, you're a strong Ruby, and you're ready to chart Emerald. Oh, and you know, one more thing that I wanted to say before I move on to that is over here with Samantha. Remember I said she wasn't really working? There's something you can do called stacking. And definitely check in with your upline about their opinion of stacking and get their opinion for your specific chart. For me, I teach my team to stack because it's been very successful for me with my promotions. So Samantha has 100 in volume, right? We know that she's 300 away from 400. So she does have 100 in volume. There is some volume there. So you're going for Ruby. You're not ready to chart for Emerald yet because you're not a Ruby yet. But let's say that you sign Andrea, okay? And you're really excited about Andrea. You think she's going to be a rock star. But instead of just placing Andrea under Monica to replace Samantha, you're actually going to place Andrea, this is stacking, you're actually going to place Andrea as a distributor under Samantha. You're not going to expect any leadership from Samantha. You're not going to expect Samantha to do much with her team member. You're just going to place her there so that you can use the same volume because you can still use Samantha as your 400 box and include Andrea's volume in her because this is group volume, not personal bonus volume. So you can take volume from the whole group to apply to your promotion, if that makes sense. So let's say that Andrea, in her first couple days, goes out and gets 200 in volume. Well, now Samantha went from being 300 away to being 200 away. And you dropped from being 395 away from Ruby to being 295 away from Ruby. Does that make sense? So Andrea's volume got added to Samantha's volume. So Andrea has 200 and Samantha has 100. So now Samantha is only, oh, sorry, I did that wrong. So now Samantha is only 100 away from 400. Does that make sense? So she's only 100 away because Andrea's volume counts. And you wouldn't write that on there. You would just include it when you're going through Tree Viewer and looking at volume, if that makes sense. So stacking can be a really valuable way to get volume faster on your chart. So now we're over here and we have our Emerald chart and we're keeping Samantha in that box. Even though she has Andrea under her, we wouldn't want to put Samantha in the executive box because she's not working. So she's not going to help you fill volume. And also for executive or higher, you can only use a person on your chart if they're commission qualified. A 400 box does not need to be commission qualified in order to be used for a promotion. However, executives and higher do have to be commission qualified. So always factor that into your decision when charting. If someone's fully charted executive, but they're not running an auto shipment, you have to remember that they're not commission qualified, which means you can't use them on your chart unless you get them to run the auto shipment or you place under them to get them to 150 PVV, which is just needless volume that you could have been building a brand new executive that would run with you instead of placing under somebody who's dead and really not working. But again, talk to your upline for specific situations like that because they're going to have certain ways that they're going to want to direct you and they know your chart way better, obviously, than I do. So now you're charting for Emerald and you're looking at this and you know that you want a really strong runner under your spouse as their executive. Because when you're building a spouse account, it's always too important to remember that that's all on you. So you really want to have strong workers under your spouse so that they can help you get your spouse to the promotions that he needs to be at. So you sign a rock star named Tina. And you're going to put her in that executive box. And that is your priority. You want to get these promoting boxes filled quickly so that you can be training them to be successful and to be good leaders as you continue to enroll. Okay, and so now once Tina is enrolled, the next box that I would fill is I would chart my husband for executive. So I would do like Sarah. And then let's say Tina signs her husband, Matt. Okay, so now this is what your chart looks like. And then my next priority would be getting somebody under Ashley. So you can get Ashley motivated and that she can start filling customers. Another thing that I always look at when I'm charting for promotions is how many customers does that person in the promoting box have? So for example, with Ashley, let's say that Ashley already has like 10 loyal customers. She's great at signing customers. Well, I'm going to want to get Ashley a distributor as soon as possible so she can start passing her customers down and filling that volume so that we can promote faster. So if Ashley's a rock star loyal customer signer, let's say that she signed 8 loyal customers in the last 24 hours. Boom. I'm going to make it my goal to hand her 2 distributors. So I'm going to give her Alyssa and Aaron. So I place Alyssa and Aaron under Ashley because I know that she just signed 8 loyal customers in the last 24 hours. I'm going to reach out to her and be like, girl, go ahead and place 4 under Alyssa and 4 under Aaron. Let's get them on their way to 400 so that you can promote this month. And you're always going to want to show somebody the benefit for them when you're talking to them about placing, and when you're placing under somebody and you're asking them to step up as a leader, you're going to want to really talk to them and say, like, this is the fruit that you're going to bear in your business if you pass your customers. Because it can be scary to pass your customers. You know, we work really hard for our customers and everyone has different philosophies about passing loyal customers. But for me, like, if you can show that person how valuable it will be to them to place their customers, then they're going to work with you and they're going to run with you, because that's the other great part. You're not the only one promoting. You know, this person's promoting, this person's promoting, this person's promoting, and this person's promoting. And all of these people, by getting to 400, they're going to see great pay out of that month. And it's going to get them on their way to their promotions. And just because someone's, you know, in a $400 on your chart doesn't mean you shouldn't be working with them on their own charts. Because down the road, when you're going presidential or ambassador, you need everybody on your chart to be completely on point with their full volume, charting for promotions. So always have that, you know, even though I don't want you looking at an ambassador chart, you know, when you're just getting started, because it'll just overwhelm you, I want you to be thinking ahead to building a strong team for the long run, because you want to turn this into your career. You want to make a lifetime of incredible residual income from this business. So you want to be really aware of what's going on in your entire downline. So this is just an example of charting. I hope I gave you guys some good insight to it. This is the basics of charting, but if you're on my team especially, you've got to be printing out your charts. I don't care if you just joined 5 minutes ago or if you joined 2 years ago. I don't care if you have 18 distributors under you or if you have 0 distributors under you. You should be getting your chart out. And it might take a minute to get the hang of it. You know, charting takes time. It's something that you practice. It's something that you get good at. But the more you do it, the more you'll learn about it. And just a couple of huge reminders is you only have 24 hours to move somebody. So you need to make charting decisions quickly, which is why you have to have your charts printed out and be looking at them and updating them constantly. Because the more you're updating them and the more that you're seeing them, the easier it's going to be for you when you sign people. And so if you're, you know, we're heading into boom time here. It's January right now that I'm recording this video, and we're about to see a huge increase in enrollments as tax season comes through and our conference season happens. So you want to be ready, armed and ready for this new season so that you can promote as quickly as possible. And you can't without your roadmap. This is your roadmap for promotions. And I hardly ever print anything higher than a diamond chart, because all of the ranks above this are really just built on a bunch of diamonds and rubies and emeralds. So be focusing and working with your team. And when I went presidential, I didn't even have a presidential chart out. I just had all of my leaders, what promotions they needed in order for me to hit presidential, and I just updated theirs daily. So I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any questions about charting, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I'll get to them as I can. So thanks so much for watching. And again, I really hope this was helpful for you, and I'm excited to see you chart for your promotion and hit your promotions.